Welcome back to Escapement and Watch. Falling Titan here. In this video, we're gonna do a battle, the fourth battle on the channel, the Super Ultra Premium Plus. Battle of the Century, and who's in this battle? We got the Captain Willard in blue versus a Swiss-made watch, the Captain Cook. So Captain versus Captain, 42 millimeters, 42 millimeters. Blue watch, blue watch. Who will win it? Now guys, I am not biased, ignore the t-shirt. These battles are all objective, and anytime I sense myself being subjective, I will mention it during the reviews. If you've seen the first three battles, you can kind of understand what I mean. So no SEIKO has lost though yet. However, there has been a tie with the Oris Diver 65. So, will the Willard lose? I don't know. Let's check out the Clash of the Captains. Okay, here are the contestants. Both of them captains. Captain Willard from SEIKO, Captain Cook from RADO. Both of them 42 millimeters, both of them blue on blue insert. Beautiful dive watches, both of them recreations or reinterpretations of their former selves. Vintage dive watches. I love both these watches. Both of them are stunning. It's going to be a good battle. Pick your winner right now down in the comments. I want you to follow along with your own scores. Call me out if I'm biased. Let me know. I'll try to call myself out if I can catch myself. Let's begin. That was a long sentence. With the movement. All right. We got the lift angle at 53. Now the SEIKO movement based off the 7S26 back in 1996, 24-year legacy, robust and reliable movement. And this is the newest iteration with 70 hours of power reserve. And as you can see, 0, 0, little bit of B there at 0.4 milliseconds, but strong amplitude at 296. And basically no snowflakes. The movement does perform absolutely amazingly. 0001. Now because it's doing so good, let's try 12 down. All right, let's refresh it for the new position because we just shifted it in 6 different ways. Let it settle down a bit. Beat error went down to 0.3. Amplitude went down a little bit, about 24-ish. And we have +3, back to 0. Zero. All right, so as you can see, the two main positions, 12 down is a main position, guys, of your watch, and dial up as well, of course. And in the two main positions, we are averaging 0 seconds a day, 0000 with no snowflakes. Amazing movement. So the movement should get a 10, correct? No, a 10 is a ultra high beat, 36,000 or 40,000 VPH decorated, maybe precious metals, that kind of stuff for those perfect marks. Now this one, because it performs flawlessly, it's going to do well. However, a lot of people complain about the 6R movement. My last 3 have been doing pretty good, so I'm impressed with it, but I'm going to factor in the mark a little bit the history of other people with the movement. So this movement is going to be a solid 8. Now let's check out the RADO. The RADO has the ETA 2824 base movement, and you can trace its lineage back down to 1961, the 2824-2, 1982. So an older movement, a more proven design, Swiss made, but this time slowed down to 21.6 VPH kind of in the SEIKO's territory. Now, it is harder to become accurate the slower the frequency. So let's see how the Swiss handle things. We went to the 50 lift angle, and we're doing 277 amplitude, 0 plus 2. Let's do again, plus 2, and back down to 0. So very similar to the SEIKO, but we have snowflakes. So a little bit worse actually. And the beat error, a little bit less, 0.3. The SEIKO's was 0.4. Now we're at -1. Excellent performance, doing well, but I feel the SEIKO showing up a little bit better with less snowflakes and a little bit more consistency. We have negatives bumping back to positives, but we're settling in at 0. Very good. Now let's check out the 12 o'clock. Let's reset it, give it a fresh start, and the new position, make it fair, exactly what the SEIKO did. Now we have a lot of snowflake. Whoa, plus 20. Okay, plus 10. Let's let it settle down. The beat error jumped. Uh-oh. 0.7. Okay, settling back down, we had plus 20, plus 10, plus 6. 238 amplitude, so the amplitude is taking a heavy hit. Really, almost 50 points. And now it's at plus 6. A lot of snowflakes. 0.7 beat error. Not the greatest, but it's still pretty accurate at plus 7. Amplitude dying down a little bit more to 231. Now going in at 5 seconds, getting a bit more accurate. Beat error just increased to 0.8. I feel like I'm commenting on a sports event. So many things are changing with this Timegrapher reading right now. The RADO is going nuts. All right, so let's call it at that. We have 5555. Good enough. And very low amplitude at 237 and a very high beat error. Ooh, plus 8. So it's jumpy with a lot of snowflakes. So the RADO does not like 12 down, unfortunately. So this mark technically should be less. However, it is a Swiss movement. The ETA 2824 usually does better than the SEIKO movements. In this case, it is worse, but like this one is better. And this is an ETA 2824, even though I regulated it, so it's a little bit unfair. This SEIKO was not regulated. If we include the Swiss movement industry with the ETAs, they usually perform better than this one. The movements are generally considered better than SEIKO's. That's just how the nature of the industry is. We're going to give it a higher mark than the SEIKO's, 8.5, because it's Swiss made and it's supposed to be doing better than it is. But if we were just doing these two specific watches exactly, the SEIKO would get higher. This would be a 7.5. Okay, guys? But we're doing these two watches, but we're also considering the industry in general, the history of the movements, of the design, of the quality, etc. Just a little bit of the mark is added. So we're giving it the benefit of the doubt here. And let's move on, guys, to design. Let's start with the SEIKO. A little bit biased here. One of my favorite SEIKO designs. We have that cushion case with that smooth, huge, nice cushion on the side. High polished edge. Beautiful coin edge. Beautiful bezel. Bevel on that sapphire. Huge. And I love those crown guards. They stick out amazingly. Gonna protect your crown perfectly. And this design is just recognizable as a classic SEIKO, classic vintage diver. If you're wearing this across the room, someone's gonna see it and they're gonna say, hey, that guy's wearing a Willard. I love it. So very beautiful design. I might be a little biased. 9. Now, the RADO. Classic skin diver, vintage look, high polished on the top of the lugs. Very nice with that brushing. Very nice contrast I'm a fan. The beads of rice is a beautiful design touch. It really matches the watch. Coin edge bezel, concaved. I'm a fan. The 3 o'clock crown, very nice. It looks like a Super Ocean 57. Now that came out 5 years before this one. This could be a homage to the Breitling Super Ocean. That's what it feels like. So it's a great design, and I like it. Not as much as the Willard, but it's a beautiful design. 8. All right. Since we have the RADO in hand, let's go to quality. The quality is unbelievable. High-tech ceramic, fit and finish is excellent, bezel action perfect, easy to do, high polished edges, sides of the case, very well done. The brushing on the bracelet is perfect. High polish on the top of the lugs is perfect. The quality is very well made, very well done. Everything just seems quality. It is lightweight, so it might trick you and feel like it's cheap, but don't confuse weight with quality. This is a quality piece, and everything is well made, and I love it. So quality on this, everything lines up perfect. We're gonna give it a high score, 9 on the RADO for quality. And let me just align that. Some of you guys are gonna spin. Perfect. Now the SEIKO. On this SEIKO, the quality, loom pip lines up perfect, hands pressed perfectly, chapter ring printed perfectly. The crown, the smoothest crown ever, screwing in and screwing out. Amazing, no grinding, beautiful quality crown, beautiful case quality with amazing brushing and polishing contrast. In the quality mark, fit and finish is involved, and the fit of the bracelet isn't as good as the RADO. The way it meets the case, a little bit off, a little bit fit and finish ding on the marks there, but everything else is high up there like the RADO. I actually found less dust in this case under macro than in this one, so quality is pretty high on this SEIKO. And another important factor is the hands. These hands are just pure polished, which are well done, but these are half polished, half brushed, and that's hard to do, and it's beautifully done. It gives the watch a little bit of a three-dimensional aspect. I'm not a fan of those one-dimensional hands. Like, let's say on the Oris Aquis, the hands are very boring, they look cheap because they're so flat. But anyways, that's just me. I love the 3D effect, that bevel in the middle, half polished, half brushed. It catches the light in any situation, and you can always read the time. So definitely high quality hands, dial, case, a little bit ding on the bracelet. This bracelet is way nicer quality. We're gonna give the SEIKO an 8. All right, now performance. Because the SEIKO's in hand, let's continue with the SEIKO. Performance, movement, amazing, 70 hours power reserve. This one, 80 hours, so better performance. However, these are dive watches, so the performance matters in a different way. No loom pip on the bezel insert of the RADO. That's going to hurt its performance. No crown guards. That's going to hurt its performance. The loom is much weaker on the RADO. That's going to hurt its performance. No dive extension. That's going to hurt its performance. All those things I just named, the SEIKO has it. It has the crown guards. It has the loom pip at 12 so you can function as a diver. You can actually read your bezel when you're underwater. It has the dive extension. And of course, it has the 200 meters water resist. They both have it. So performance is equal there. But the SEIKO, definitely with the better loom, is going to perform better. Plus those other factors. For performance, the SEIKO, 8.5. And the RADO, unfortunately, 7.5. Now let's do value. Value is a little bit of a tricky one. It's kind of obvious here. This one, $2,000. You're getting a nice, beautiful skin diver, and it's a beautiful, pretty watch. There's nothing, no one's saying it's not pretty, but you're missing out some performance features. You're missing out that high quality movement. I love the ETA 2824, but I feel like for the value, it shouldn't be at 2,000. We need a 2892, much smoother winding, no reverser gear issues, much better accuracy. So if I want that Swiss quality, I want to go up a level, 2892. That's what I feel like. Then I would give this watch a little bit more slack. It would elevate its quality and performance, everything. It would be elevated. It would just create a different vibe. But unfortunately, we have the base ETA in here, and it has been slowed down. You're not getting great loom, crown guards, dive extension. Value 6. Now the SEIKO, when I see the people complain about the price increase, I think of value. But then when I compare it to higher priced Swiss watches and I see how well it does objectively, it starts to reason that it is good value. At $600 less, it makes a lot of sense. Plus, you get a nice strap with this one. One of the best straps in the industry. It feels like velvet silk, and it's silicone rubber, whatever it is. SEIKO Home Run, the new rubber straps. It feels amazing on wrist. Just, guys, I have it on the other side of the room. I can't get it. But it just feels amazing on wrist. That comes included with this, and that's $100 value. Yeah, so even more difference, $700 difference if you count that strap. Here you don't get an extra strap. Okay, guys? So the value is excellent for what you're getting. Sapphire crystal, 200 meters water resist, amazing loom, heritage history. Let's give the SEIKO a little bit better than the RADO in value, because you're saving $700 and you're getting a little bit more performance. 7.5. Now the brand. RADO is a beautiful brand, 1917, but the name created in 1950. So not as old as SEIKO, not as many world firsts, but definitely still respected, and their use of high-end technologies in their materials with the titanium carbide, the high-tech ceramic, and that all the scratch-resistant materials that they do, that means something and does help the brand out. It's a little bit unknown in North America, a little bit of an underdog brand, and that's a shame. But in Southeast Asia, RADO is considered and regarded as highly as Rolex, and that is a big achievement. So excellent brand. The brand, we're going to give it 8. Now SEIKO, what can I say about this brand? Many world firsts. Take me forever to list them all. First quartz watch, first automatic chronograph with vertical clutch and column wheel. First, innovations like spring drive. Like, the list goes on and on. SEIKO's a powerful brand, well respected in the industry. If you're a watch enthusiast, you have at least one SEIKO, no matter what. That's it. That's a bold statement, but that's what it is, okay? If you're not a watch enthusiast, you don't have a SEIKO. All right. Robert Downey Jr. And so the brand is powerful, a little bit more than RADO, more world firsts, a little bit more history, older, more mastery in watchmaking. We're definitely going to give SEIKO a strong mark. It's a brand that's known around the world and well respected. It's a force. 9. Now X Factor. Since I have it in hand, the final category, the 7th category, X Factor. This watch has it. Just look at it. Come on. Unbelievable. The SEIKO Willard, the Captain Willard, Vietnam War. Right away, you can tell this watch is special. It looks vintage. It is vintage. And it just has its own personality. It has something unique about it. And I can't describe it. And what does that mean? That's X Factor. It's just an X. It's some kind of factor that is indescribable. And this has it. When I wake up in the morning and I tell my wife, I'm wearing my Willard today, it feels amazing. It's an iconic watch and it has stories behind it and it is very special. X Factor, I might be a little biased, so you can disregard this mark. But I feel like even if I wasn't a SEIKO fan, I would acknowledge the Willard's X Factor is huge. 9. Now the RADO. Okay. Amazing skin diver. Vintage feel, vintage appeal. Does it have X Factor? I don't know. It's beautiful and I do love it. It's an amazing watch. I'm a big fan of it. I would love to own it, but does it have X Factor? I'm trying to think about it. It reminds me so much of the Super Ocean. Wow, the SEIKO is so unique. I think the X Factor isn't just there yet. What do you guys think? It is a beautiful watch, very pretty, more prettier than the Willard for sure. If I was going to a suit and tie event and I needed a diver, this thin, ultra thin skin diver would do it. 100%. I would not take my Willard. So it's beautiful, pretty. I love it. Doesn't have an X Factor. We're going to give it a 7. Okay? It has something. It does have the character. It is cool and unique, but it doesn't have enough. Not what the SEIKO has. So we're done. 7 categories. What mark did you guys get? Drum roll for the winner. And it's SEIKO. All right, 59 out of 70 for the Captain Willard and 54 out of 70 for the Captain Cook. So both captains, amazing battle today, guys. Well done. If you take away the X Factor, so we're going to -2 from the Willard, we're still at 57. And still beating the RADO at 54. And then if we take away design, this got 9, this got 8, because you guys might call me biased. So we'll take one more away from the Willard. We're at 56. This is 54. We're still ahead. Okay, and I unfairly gave this a little bit 0.5 higher on the movement, just because ETAs are known to be superior. So, I don't know, guys. That's the marks, and I tried my best to not be biased. I tried to put all my cards on the table and explain my train of thought. What do you guys think? Who's the winner in your mind? Which is the better watch? Final thoughts on these 2 beautiful 42mm blue dive watches? Guys, SEIKO did increase their pricing, but at $600 less, and a little bit better performance on the movement than the RADO. Better loom, dive extension, loom pip loom, crown guards. I don't know, and more history, more prestige. I feel like it's fairly priced. This is a $1,400 watch all day. I know everyone's going to call it overpriced, but that's because you're just used to the old SEIKO. And then when I compare it with something like this, which I love, which is beautiful and is very high quality, at $2,000, I don't see it. I feel like the Swiss do get a pass, where SEIKO gets so harshly attacked when it should not be. Definitely playing with both of them, spending time with them, making me realize that, you know what, SEIKO didn't raise their price for no reason. SEIKO probably bought 1,000 Swiss watches and played with them for a long time and said, hey, wait a minute. Our watches are just as good. Why are we so low priced? Let's up the price. Still getting $600 off on this one, plus an extra strap. So hopefully this battle proved something to you guys. I don't know. Maybe it just proved that I'm biased. I honestly try not to be. I don't want SEIKO to win this battle. Like I have no desire for SEIKO to win always. I want SEIKO to lose now just to prove you guys wrong. So in a way, but I don't know. Maybe next battle the SEIKO will lose. I'm hoping. So this is 4 battles in a row, and I tried to be objective. Let me know down in the comments. Did I do good? Did I seem biased? I even minused the bias marks at the end, and even boosted this one. So I don't know. Just let me know down in the comments. If you like this battle and you want to see more battles, please subscribe and like this video so I will know. And I have fun doing these, and it's all off the cuff, and just I say what's on my mind and what I feel, and I love the battles. The only issue with the battles, it's a lot of editing with my hands moving in and out, moving the Timegrapher in and out. That's it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.